Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about Dvalin UI 2.0. So the pre-patch is live on NA and Europe now, and that means we have a lot of new things we can add into the UI. So therefore I have taken the chance to update my current UI so it fits with all the new stuff, and I've also shaken things around so it just like works better in Central, like basically. So I kind of want to, well, first of all, the UI link. So what you have to do, if you want the same UI as me as you're watching this video, you just basically go, you press escape, you click edit mode, you go here to the drop down and you say import. Then there will be a code, like a long, very long code on my Discord in a room called Dvalin UI retail. You basically go, you enable, you take the code, you paste it in here. Now I want to talk about what is new with this UI here. So basically we have our action bars here. So because of the pre-patch, it has removed a lot of spells for many classes. So now every class, even if you play healer, tank, DPS, should have, you shouldn't have enough, like that many spells, so it can't actually be down here. Some healers had still so many many spells before, so you couldn't actually use my UI for them. But now with the midnight, with all those spells that has been removed, any class, any spec can now use this action bar here and still have enough slots. Very nice. Also, we of course have the Cooldown Manager here, where of course you control which spell you want to have in the Cooldown Manager. You basically just click on it if you want, and you can say go into Cooldown Manager options, and it will open up here, and you can say advanced cooldown settings, and you can then choose what spells you want to have in it. But then, what else is new in here? We got the damage meter down here. I have placed it down there. I have made it as I personally think it looks best, with big bars here. You can of course click on it and change the bar height. You can basically make each of the bars smaller in case you don't want it to be be this big. But it's kind of up to you. You can of course customize it. So you just click on it and you can customize the settings here. Even say I don't want to see spec icons. I don't want to see class colors. It's up to you. But that is one of the new things that we have down there. We also have as well, another new thing is this one here called the boss timeline. The boss timeline is basically where it shows you what spells are going to be casted. To my understanding, it's which spell is actually going to be casted by the boss. So for example, if you're playing a raid or something like that, it's actually going to show you like that the boss mod when the spells are about to be casted. And this is one of the things with Blizzard they have done. So add-ons is very much more restricted in combat. So now Blizzard is showing the spells to you themselves. We also have here in the top here the boss warning and boss warning critical, boss warning medium, and boss warning minor. So this will be like big warnings that will pop up on your screen when something like very important has to be done. Like critical means like you have to do it or else everyone is gonna die. Medium is more like do it or take a lot of damage, and minor is like, you can do it if you want. Behind this, we also have the one here called external defensive frame. It kind of just helps you showing like external defenses. It's up to you if you want to keep it or not, but I just have it up there to, I kind of want to explore more what it actually does. But it's up there in that case. So we got the damage meter, we got the boss timeline, we got the boss warnings, and we got the external defense frame up here. And then, of course, we also have the raid frames and the party frames. The party frames are using the stand-up raid. I basically replaced them with raid frames. But now, they look differently, the raid frames. They have more information sent type. And if you click on them, you can actually choose if you want to use the legacy template, the buff focus, then it will show more buffs, like, bigger buffs. Or you can have debuff focus. So for example, if your role is to remove debuffs on a certain boss, then you might want to enable this one here called debuff focus, and it will show you big when a debuff is ready to be removed. But you can also just keep legacy like I have, which is showing you just like the default stuff. Like it's just going to show you the default stuff. But again, you can really change it if you want to like have it buff focus, debuff focus, or legacy. It's kind of up to you. But yeah. So that is the UI. When you go to my Discord, you take the UI link, you import it, you will basically get everything here that I also have. So a last very important thing, to actually make these boss warnings, this boss timeline and damage meter and external defense work, you have to do one thing. You need to press escape, go to options, go to gameplay enhancements, and now you need to enable boss warning, enable text warnings, enable boss timeline, enable Cooldown Manager, enable external defensives, enable damage meter, and enable diminishing returns tracking. Then you have basically enabled all the new stuff, which is going to be inside the UI. If you don't enable them, they're not going to show even though you imported my UI. So you have to go and enable those things. So yeah, that's basically it. So thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video here, or if you enjoyed the UI. I really would like to know. And also, are you going to do changes to the UI? What kind of changes would you like to see for this UI here? I'm very curious to know. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. And a huge shout out to all my YouTube members. I really appreciate you all. Thanks for supporting the channel. Peace out.